kind of sounds boring. Due to this, we lack originality. But by emphasizing our strongest strength, being true to ourselves, we not only reduce the nervousness, we become a lot more interesting to everybody. My name is Devendra Shah, Vice President of UNCAN. It is my great privilege to have you all, the respected guests and attendees in our final day. Can't believe this is our final day of the 3-day public speaking workshop and seminar conducted by UNCAN in collaboration with AFU and NAPA. On day one, we had our chief guest sharing the opening remarks. Following that, we had 5 speeches from the distinguished speakers on relevant topics for public speaking, such as controlling your fear, know your audience, how to prepare and practice, how to organize a speech, and a really touching personal story from Dr. Maya that was a keynote speaker. And on day 2, yesterday, we had Dr. Gimbre give a demo research presentation, and our 5 distinguished panelists provided constructive feedback on what to do, what not to do, or what to avoid during the research presentation. And I was amazed. We had tons of questions from the attendees, and most of those were answered by the panelists on air and as well as in chat. So thank you all those panelists. And I believe we provided much needed value to our attendees by answering those questions and concerns. And Dr. Parazuli, I would like to steal your analogy. We love it. You like to say that day 1 was theory, day 2 was a lab, and today is a day 3. Guess what it is? It's practical today. Practical in the sense that we have several attendees provide their speech. Finally, then we will have a chief guest provide the closing remarks. So without further ado, please help me welcome our program coordinator, distinguished Toastmaster, Mr. Batuk Bista, a Vice President of UNCAN, to provide a keynote speech on 9 secrets of public speaking. 9 secrets of public speaking, Mr. Batuk Bista.
Thank you, Mr. Devendra Shah, for your kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, welcome to our day 3. Today, we are going to talk about some secrets of public speaking. If you all remember, when we asked you to register for the program, we asked one simple question. What would you like to achieve from this seminar for your own purpose? Many registrants replied saying, I want to enhance my career. I want to improve my public speaking, and so on. But there are some students who responded a little bit differently. And their response was very simple. All they want to achieve is they want to be effectively communicate with farmers. I know it sounds very simple, but look at the meaning. You are a graduate student or PhD students. But what you want to achieve? You want to make a communication simple so that ordinary farmers can understand. And fellow attendees, this is the perfect seminar, a perfect venue for you to learn those skills. And today I'm going to share 9 secrets of public speaking. I did not invent this, to be honest with you. I'm just here to share those techniques. Award-winning author, best-selling author, Carmen Gallo, who is a well-known communication coach. Based on his experience, based on his interaction with a world popular public speakers, he outlined those 9 secrets in a detailed manner. But today, I'm going to talk very briefly so that you can understand at the high level. So what are those 9 secrets? Let's go one by one. Secret number 1, look deep inside yourself. It is you who is presenting your ideas. Everyone has their unique style, unique characteristics of presenting the topic. Unless you inspire yourself, you cannot inspire somebody else. Look deep inside you. What do you want to tell to your audience? Once you are convinced, once you are inspired with your topic, then you can express with enthusiasm, passionate, and meaningful connection to your topic. That's your number 1 secret. Always look inside you and think what you are presenting. Secret number 2, learn to be a good storyteller. Communication is how you are telling your story to somebody else. You can finish the same story in 1 minute. You can make that story 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever long you want to make it. But you need to be able to tell passionately and effectively. If you remember when you were too young, you went to your grandparents or parents when they're telling a story, you are so eager to learn more, hear more, and you're always interested and waiting for that time. For example, bedtime stories. Because hearing a story stimulates your brain and it helps your audience to remain captivated during your presentation. That's number 2 secret. Learn to be a good storyteller. Number 3, this word you have been hearing throughout this seminar. Practice, practice, practice. There is no such a magic wand. You have it and everything is fixed. There is no alternative to practice. Let me give you an example. If you remember on day 1, when I was presenting my presentation, my speech topic about controlling your fear, you notice that my PowerPoint presentation did not go. But since I had practiced that speech over and over and over, I know what I had in my mind to tell that day. Even though my PowerPoint did not go through, I was able to deliver my speech as effectively as possible. Because of the practice, you can recover yourself quickly from any kind of situation like that. With practice, you can say your voice, your hand gesture, your body language, everything you can watch yourself over and over and fix if there is any areas to be fixed. Number 4, why someone will come to you and why someone will come to listen to you if you are not sharing anything new. Always try to reveal something new when you are presenting to your audience. That is very critical, because otherwise I know that what he is going to talk about, so why should I go again to listen to the same thing? And that kind of mindset, even that person comes, may not enjoy your whole speech. So always plan to reveal something new during your speech. Offer fresh ideas. Even if the problem is old problem, try to offer fresh ideas to solve those problems. An unfamiliar, unusual, unexpected elements in your presentation jolts your audience out of their preconceived notion, because they can come and learn something new. Number 5, deliver a jaw-dropping moment. You want to have audiences to have a kind of wow moment. Wow, what did he say? That makes sense perfectly. Wow, what did he mention? That I never heard about it. So try to have some sort of a wow moment in your speech. It grabs your audience's attention right away. And your audience will remember that even after they leave your speech, or maybe for a long time. Number 6, do you love humor? If your answer is yes, then most probably your audience will love that humor as well. Try to incorporate some humor in your speech, especially if your speech is kind of long and you want your audience to remain captive during your presentation. Try to add some humor and try to do as much as you can. Those humors are relevant to your topic. Don't take your topics too seriously. Sometimes when you talk too seriously, then you may forget your humor part. So try to make a balance so that it will be very effective presentation. Because you want to give your audience something to smile about. Number 7, this one applies to especially graduate students or postgraduate students, since your research paper might be too long to present. So there is a standard international norm while presenting that's called 18 minutes rule. Normally, any presentation should be around 18 minutes. If it is too long, and if you keep on going, then there is high chances that your audience might lose concentration on your speech. But you cannot always limit your speech within 18 minutes. What can you do? There are numerous ways you can apply in your presentation. You can apply some nice props, some visual effects, or even you can offer some brief interval in your presentation. Let's have a 5 minutes break so that audiences will have a chance to re-energize themselves and you can continue with your presentation. So this I'm talking about, this one will be mostly critical to if you have a long presentation. Number 8, visualization. If you remember, I talked about visualization on day 1 when you are controlling your fear. That's internal to you. But this visualization, I'm talking about what you can put in the presentation. Add some mesmerizing images, captivating videos, props, beautiful words, so the audience will remember for a long time. Still, remember, your audience or even your own brain does not like boring things. So try to add some visualize. You heard from our panelists yesterday, try to humanize your presentation so that your public speaking or your speech will be more effective. The last but not least, stay in your lane. That's most important. When you are giving your presentation or your speech, try to stay course to your topic. Just let's give an example. If you are driving your motorbike or your car, what happens if you go to somebody else's lane? The high chances that you may get an accident. Same thing here in public speech. If you are going outside of your lane, then you may lose attention from your audience. Oh, this person was talking this just a minute ago. Now he's talking something different. So which one should they pick? So you will lose the flow of your speech if you change your lane. So always try to stay in your lane. That's very critical. In summary, the 9 secret topics. Look deep inside you. Be a good storyteller. Practice, practice, practice. And reveal something new. Have a jaw-dropping moment, wow moment. Add humor. 18 minutes rule, visualization, and don't change your lane. I hope, I know it's hard to memorize these points, but what I'm trying to make you connection to these secret ideas of public speaking, it makes sense to you. Thank you. And now back to Mr. Devendra.
Thank you, Mr. Bister, for sharing those golden nuggets with us. Those are not secret anymore, right? Thank you for revealing those secrets for us so that we can better improve our public speaking. And I'm sure our attendees have something to take back with them. Now, today we have Hari Bahadur Kesiji, Joint Secretary of Agriculture and Livestock Development. I would like to ask Hariji, who is also a spokesperson for our ministry, to share a few words with us before we go into our next segment.
Thank you, Devji. Thank you for this opportunity. Just I want to aid in this very important sessions that we are following from the day before yesterday, 3 days course. It is very, very useful. I'm following from the day one and coming to the day 3, I found it very, very useful to all youngsters, not only the youngsters, but also to the scientists, to the professors, and also to all who are participating here. Regarding from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, as a spokesperson and joint secretary, I am going to give a brief information about how we are training our staff, our employees to make a good orator or good public speaking persons. In government of Nepal, we are running different training centers. In the federal level, in the central level, we have Central Agriculture Training Center, and now it is renamed as the Agriculture Information and Training Center. And in the provincial level, we have Agribusiness Promotion and Training Center in each provinces. The federal level training center is responsible to give trainings to officers working in the provinces and also in federal level and local level. And in the province level training centers, they are responsible to give training to province level staffs, technicians, mid-level technicians and low-level technicians, and also to the farmers. And in these trainings are one part, and the giving training to make a good trainer is another part. So in these training courses, we have a course on training of trainers or training of facilitators. It is in this training course we teach our technicians and also our even the farmers about how to give a good training, or how to be a good orator, or how to be a skillful resource person to deliver the agricultural information to the target audience. In the previous years, the training is more theoretical. Training used to be more theoretical, and those trainings were trained by some sort of untrained technicians also. We are gradually changing them towards the training trough level, not taught to the trough, training of facilitator, to make them not the trainer but the facilitator of the training. So the skill, the presentation skill, the speaking, public speaking, those topics are included in those courses. So the trainees, they used to get acquainted with this type of skills also. So for high level trainings, like class 1 officer, class 2, or even class 3 officers, we have Nepal Administrative Staff College. This college is responsible to give trainings to all sort of staffs, employees, civil employees that are working. And in this staff college, we have very good resources of the facilitators. And in that training, in that courses, in those courses they have run, they used to give very good these sessions on practical aspects of this presentation skill or facilitation skill, those type of things. So basically, you see, in government system, as I talked already, in the extension system, we need to give the technical information to the farmers, to the technicians, and also to the experts. So the technical information generated from the universities or from the research institutions, they have to be delivered to the farmers. So our trainers, our facilitators should be skillful to give the trainings, to give the delivery to the farmers, so to the technicians also. So this type of mechanism that we have prepared in giving the trainings and giving the delivery skill to the target audiences, target participants. So we are from the central level now trying to coordinate with province level training centers to give more practical based trainings, to give more skill based trainings to our technicians, so that they can deliver their skill to the farmers, the technical information to the farmers. So this is how we are working, especially in agriculture sector in Nepal. I remain here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all the wonderful work you are doing there in Nepal, Rizi. I'm sure it will be very helpful and surely making great impact in the community. Thank you for all the wonderful work.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, we are going to ask our attendees to present their speech to reflect on what their expectations were before joining the workshop and if they learned anything from this program. So today is a practical. So since the time is limited, we may not be able to accommodate everyone who are interested to speak, but please do not despair if you don't get a chance to speak today, as you will have plenty of opportunities, as every moment is a public speaking. We learned over the course of last 2 days, right? Even talking to colleagues or professors or even your family member is an art of a public speaking. Today, when your name is called upon, please provide your brief introduction and then you may proceed to your speech. Please keep your speech to 2 to 3 minutes and not to exceed 5 minutes. So first of all, let me make sure we have Arati Z here. Yes, she is. Arati Z, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Sorry, we cannot hear you.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, please go for it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Honorable and respected panelists and all the attendees, good morning and good evening, everyone, and a warm greetings to all. I am Aratiji from Nalprasi, Nepal. Currently, I am pursuing my bachelor's degree from Agriculture and Forestry University. I am a reliable and responsible person, very easy to work with and highly dependable, and someone who puts all the efforts and energy to work with high determination. I am an agriculture student paving a road with all my aspiring heart and motivation to create a revolution in people's lifestyle, culture, behavior, and push them into the divine world of the sustainability. I have always been interested in working with people as a team and by helping them and getting help from them. I would like to thank the organizing team for giving me the platform to share my experience of public speaking. I still remember the day when I spoke for the first time in my class. When I was in class 9, I was very nervous. I was like I was speaking for my life, and if I make a mistake, then I'm get going to get killed. Till 12th standard, I had never spoken in front of a group. After entering college, I got a chance to give a speech, welcome speech on a program. The night before the program, I had prepared my speech and practiced it properly. But before few moments of my speech, I was shivering like anything. I started having all kinds of negative thoughts like, what would happen if I forgot? What would happen if I stammer? What if everybody starts making fun of me on my mistakes? But somehow I gathered the confidence and I started speaking. The scary feeling when you speak for the first time cannot be explained. I started off pretty well, but because of uh, so many things rushing inside my mind, I literally forgot what I had prepared for my speech in the middle. But my seniors and friends praised me and encouraged me to speak more often. And after this, I realized that my fear of public speaking is inside my head. People are not going to judge me like I think I'm going to get judged. I have to fight against insecurity demons who is stopping me and making me conscious. After that, I spoke 2 3 times in the seminar, and now I don't feel so conscious that like I felt for the first time. This is all about my experience. I think this session helped me to improving my confidence in the public speaking. Thank you. Thank you for listening me.
Thank you, RTZ. Definitely, your first stepping stone is always challenging, but once you take that step, your next steps become a lot easier, and you just keep on doing it. So you did a wonderful job. Thank you for sharing your speech with us. Now, I would like to invite Kshitij Raj Shresthaji to share something with us. Please tell us about yourself and your speech, and please try to keep it in 2 to 3 minutes so that our more and more attendees can get a chance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Namaste. I am Namaste. Good morning from Nepal and good evening to the USA. I am Kshitij Raj Shrestha from Kathmandu. So today I'll be sharing. At first, I want to thank the organizers for organizing such a wonderful workshop on public speaking. It was really beneficial to me. I'm an introvert person, so speaking in public is really difficult to me. Like whenever I speak in public, my mind, it totally goes blank. And even in some instances, I can't utter a word. So what I experienced is like after attending this workshop, it has really benefited me. All the like experience and the anecdotes the shared by the panelists and the Toastmasters, they're really helpful. And as we all of us know that public speaking is very essential and it's very important in the this current competitive world. So especially for the people like us who are in the science field, we need to disseminate our knowledge to the scientific community nationally as well as internationally. So we should have a command over the public speaking. So in the last 3 days, what I learned is the fear that was like within me. How can I overcome the fear? As suggested by the Toastmasters, the thing to overcome the fear is we need to practice. Yeah, practice is the key. We should practice a lot so that we can get a command over our content. And apart from that, when we speak in the public, when you speak in the public, when we get anxiety, we can often like practice some like breathing exercise and some sort of relaxations. And apart from that, like the connection with the public is also equally important. Like we should engage the audience so that they may not get bored. And for that, we apart from the content, we should have a regular eye contact, body movement, and the changes in the tone are also essential. So besides that, the coherence of our talk is also equally important. So that is all what I learned in our education session. So secondly, in the demonstration presentation that was followed by the panel discussion, it was very, very helpful because I got to know how to present in the scientific, how to give the scientific talk, and what are the the minor and the major things that I should take into account while I talk in the mass. In today's session on the key for the secret, the 9 secrets for public speaking was also helpful. In a nutshell, all this 3-day workshop was very beneficial in me, and it gave me some tips and techniques to how to overcome the fear and the talk in public effectively. And thank you so much for the organizing committee for organizing such a wonderful program, and I anticipate such programs be held frequently in the future as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chiteze. That was very well said, and I'm glad that you liked and this seminar benefited you, and you went over everything that you learned from day 1 and day 2, and you shared that with us. So perfect, thank you. Now I would like to ask Niharika Panditji to share a few things about yourself and what you learned and what you found about the program. Niharika ji. Let me see it here. I guess I need to promote her. I'll give her a second. So Niharika ji, you there?
Sure, yes, sir. Namaste, everyone. This is Niharika. I'm living in Nepal right now and pursuing my career in BSc AZ. I'm a student of AFU University. I really have some bittersweet kind of experiences regarding the public speaking. I remember myself as a young child who was very interested in
I think we may have lost Niharika ji. We'll give a few seconds. Okay, I think our Niharika ji is having some technical difficulties. So I would like to move on to our another speaker. And if Niharika ji is back, we will give her an opportunity to speak again. Our next speaker would be Amit Kumar Mahato ji.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Sir, ma'am. Hello, everyone. A warm greeting. Introducing myself, I'm Amit Kumar Mahato from Sira, Nepal, graduating BSc AZ 6th semester from Agriculture and Forest University. I'm going to share my expectation before joining this webinar. Being an agriculture student, graduate student, to communicate with the farmer is big challenges, as we have to disseminate our ideas and knowledge in simple manner, so they could be understandable. So my experience from these 3 days public speaking training was to know more about how to deliver proper speech without any fear. with bold voice and well trained in short time. And to get training from different express person that indeed in 3 days session. Thank you so much organized committee, Agriculture and Forest University, UNCON for giving a platform to explore myself. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Amit ji. I think Niharika ji is back. I can see her. Would you like to chime in again, Niharika ji? Let's see. Offline again. I guess I would like to go with our next speaker, Srishti Giriji. Would you like to share a few things with us?
Thank you so much. Believe in the power and strength of words. Words can change the world. Good morning, everyone, including my respected panelists and attendees. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizer team for providing me the opportunity to present in front of you all and for organizing such ever-demanding, fruitful seminar on public speaking. To introduce myself, I am Srishti Giri from Nawalparasi, Nepal. I am studying BSc AZ in IAAS. Here, I am going to share some ideas about the key learnings from this webinar. I have learned how to control fear, knowing the audience, how to do preparation of the speech, organizing a speech, and so on. Regarding this webinar, we learn how to convince, communicate, and change as the keynote speech. Fear is a natural phenomenon that can somehow be released by practicing speech many times. For good speaking, we have to comfort ourselves first, then slowly in front of a friend, we have to be comfort, and gradually in front of a family within the 5 to 7 members, and then finally we can be comfort in the required place. The key considerations of public speaking are content, structure, delivery. While delivering, we have to maintain eye contact and visuals so that our audience will show interest and remember the events. We have to bring science to life. We have to memorize the idea, not the whole speech. We have to visualize the place where to deliver the speech while practicing the speech. Moreover, the components of a speech are introduction, body, and conclusion. The introduction must be catchy and attention-grabbing. That may include a short story, question, and a quote. The body comprises the ideas, stories, supporting information, whereas conclusion relates and calls to action and new perspectives. These were the key learnings from this webinar personally for me. Overall, I have learned lots of things. As well, public speaking is a gradual process that can be progressed by practicing. So keep on practicing. Practice, practice, and practice. Then only we will be a good speaker in further days. Finally, again, thank you so much to the organizer team for conducting such a delightful session. I'm really impressed by the immense efforts of the organizer team for making this virtual learning more than real. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Srishti, for sharing your insights with us. Now, I would like to call Aslam Mikrani to share a few things with us.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure joining this public speaking webinar, and I've got to learn a lot of things. Personally, I was very intrigued by the idea of speaking in front of masses. You know, it always make me feel that I want to do something like this. I'm Aslam Ikrani. I'm in Sirha, Nepal, and I have done my bachelor's in engineering. When I was abroad, I got the opportunity to speak up generally in big masses, and that's how I have developed this habit of talking. You can say that, I've been always intrigued by how a person can really address the masses. So thank you to AFU and UNCon for organizing this webinar, and I have learned a lot, of course. Today I will be talking something so obvious, but still many of us don't know the true meaning of it. I will be talking about the happiness. The definition of happiness is the state of well-being generally characterized by strong emotions. But for many people, the explanation will be a bit vague, and that's why they create different interpretations of what it means. For some people, happiness equals money or fighting for your country, while others say it comes from gaining knowledge or maybe getting a better social position. But I believe that true happiness can be found within and whenever you want it. Happiness isn't getting an award or getting 100 on a test. Happiness is right in front of you. The only thing you have to do is to allow yourself to feel it. On our planet, there are more than 1.5 million different species. But what if I tell you that one thing we have in common is the feeling of happiness? Not only we feel it, but we also share it. And that's how we came into existence, from living in the tribes into the current concrete cities. Now that you know we are not the only ones experiencing happiness, I would like to talk about the ways you can feel or experience it. Some people seek glory and others want wealth, while a third one would go on to obtain some more knowledge. I believe that none of these three people is truly happy. They would still have to live with the burdens of their life that the choices bring with them. They're not feeling happiness, they're feeling pleasure. And pleasure only lasts for a short moment of time, while happiness is everywhere, wherever you want it to be. Well, I've seen many instances where I've seen rich people crying over their petty issues. And I mean, what is still making them worried? They got money, they have fame, and probably they can turn anything in their favor. And on the contrary, people are living in misery, and yet they are very contained with whatever they have. And one big thing that creates this irony is the feeling of satisfaction. I believe the greatest precursor of happiness is satisfaction. And the moment you feel satisfied with all the resources you've got, there is no more reason to worry about. You can never be happy if you're not satisfied. And this is something that is going unnoticed. People still bother about how big their house is and how luxurious their lifestyle is. I mean, if you are to compare on everything you've got, you'll always find someone having more than you. But then a question arises, we humans are like this, we don't feel satisfied, we are meant to act this way. But what we miss is the context of this question. We fail to understand the slight differences between these two. According to the Daniel Gilbert, a professor of psychology at Harvard University, he said happiness is anything that we are pleased with. It is more of a transitory construct than satisfaction, and it can be triggered by a number of events, maybe activities.
Certainly, Aslamji, we agree. Yes, that was happiness is all about thing. Yes. So thank you for sharing that. We definitely want to give more of our speakers chance to speak today. I'm sorry I had to.
No problem, sir. No problem. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, sir. No problem.
Now I would like to ask Niharika ji to come back and share your speech.
I'm sorry for the interruption. Actually, my internet connection is really slow at that time.
Not a problem. Please go ahead.
Yeah, and the experience is really bittersweet in my case. I do remember myself speaking in front of public and getting my head tensed, my blood were in rush, my nerves were exploding. I think I couldn't speak for a loss of time. I do start my speech at the time when I was in grade 6. I really selected a topic called women's participation. We do not have that boundary at our school, so people were moving throughout the road, were listening to my speech. The next day they come to me and they said, you are the one who are giving that speech? Yes. And then I really got motivated that even though I didn't did anything very much informative or good at that time, but people were recognizing me. I think I can connect to the people. I think public speaking is one of the most precious way that you can connect to the people. Then I got an opportunity to host. We were not that practiced at all because we do not have that auditorium or any other things that could improve my skills to speak in front of the people. Every time I go in front of the stage, I just got blank. I think I couldn't speak, and people, the one who are listening to me, are there to judge me, not to understand what I am saying or what I want to explain to them. After that, um, after that, I asked myself, why am I getting so nervous? Why every time I just get blanked? And then the answer comes like slowly, because I was in fear. I was in fear that people will judge me because I wouldn't speak. They will bully me or any other. They will threat me. Such of the situations were taking place at my mind in my situation at my younger age, and still now I'm not that confident enough to show what I can do. But however, your session has really helped me to overcome breathing. And one of my speech, I was dancing in my stage. It really helped me. It really helped me to overcome my fear before the seminar started at that time. So thank you. This is all my experience. I'm glad to be here.
So thank you, Niharika. Public speaking is a journey. It's not the destination. So there is always a room to improve. Thank you for sharing your insights. Now, I would like to ask Upama Chapagaiji to share a few insights with us.
Thank you, sir. All the great speakers were bad speakers at first, according to Ralph Waldo Emerson. Respected professors from AFU Nepal and from different university in USA, moderators, experts, and all the fellow participants who are attending this public speaking workshop and seminar since day one. Good morning and namaste to all. First of all, let me introduce myself. It's me, Upama Chapagai from Baglung, Nepal, and I'm currently pursuing Bachelor's in Horticulture, 6th semester at Mahindra Ratna Multiple Campus, Ilam. And today I am feeling really delighted to be one of the participants to give my speech in front of such respected professors, experts, and huge number of audience. And I'm really thankful and grateful towards ONCON USA Nepal Community Outreach Network for providing us such great platform and for organizing such great program in joint collaboration with AFU and NAPA. By focusing on especially agriculture and science students for linking up both public speaking and scientific presentation skills. And today I'll be talking about my expectations for the webinar and the story behind my participation. Here I begin. I got to know about this program from my maternal uncle, who is currently working at USA, and he sent me the flyer. While I was going to that flyer, I found the program pretty interesting and different because it was dealing about both public speaking and scientific presentation skills at the same time. I decided to participate in the program. And while I was going through the form, I got stuck at one question, and which was, would you like to give speech on day 3? And first of all, I skipped that question, and I clicked no on the option on the form. But later on, I realized and talked with myself that this question is pretty interesting, and I haven't heard this type of question or this type of session till now on any program, and I would like to participate and conquer my fear of public speaking in front of huge number of audience. So go ahead and grab it, and suddenly I changed my mindset and I clicked yes button on the form, and I submitted the form. Later on, I realized that I made a mistake because I didn't know how to even how to introduce myself. I don't know about subject matter to speak on day 3. And later on, I got email from ONCON about orientation program. I joined that program, and I was really surprised that there was no any hard and fast rule for speaking. We just have to introduce ourselves. We can talk about ourselves, our past experiences, about fear of our public speaking, about our expectation, and so on. And I felt slightly easier and much confident after that session. And yeah, likewise, other program, I was expecting this program to be more sort of explanatory and theoretical, in which one or more expert will give their tips about
Absolutely, absolutely, Upmaza. Thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing all those. Now I would like to ask our, I would say, the final
Thank you, sir.
speaker of
Thank
the
you.
day.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing your insights. Now I'd like to ask our final speaker, Prasant Kant Dahalji, and please keep it short because we need to. I think, yeah, we'll be extending our program by 15 minutes because we have several of the speakers who wanted to speak. So please keep it short. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good morning and a warm namaste to everyone, all the distinguished professors from Agriculture and Forestry University, agriculture professionals from NAPA, and all the distinguished panelists and speakers from ONCON. I am Prasant Dahal, and currently I am pursuing master's degree in conservation ecology from Agriculture and Forestry University. Currently, I am also engaged as a course instructor, just like a teacher for the diploma level students. From past 1.5 years, I am involved in teaching. Talking about public speaking, I don't have much experience on public speaking. After teaching for 1.5 years, I believe that my public speaking capacity has been enhanced. My ability to face mass, ability to face a group of people and just give presentation skills. I feel that this has been quite improved a lot after I started teaching. Back in school days, there used to be a regular contest, a speech contest or debate contest in my school. Being academically sound student, however, I was not a regular participant of such contest because I used to, fear to face a mass of people that used to, haunt me. And I believe that this fear has been overcome in the past few years. But still, I need to learn a lot on presentation and giving or making a public speaking. After seeing this notice in Facebook, I didn't wasted a second to register for this workshop. Seeing the organizers, the notable speakers and the organizing committee, I feel that this workshop would benefit me or would be fruitful for me in various ways. Before joining this webinar, I had made some expectations, and I believe that my expectations are met to a great extent after joining this webinar. In the notes and the insights provided by the speakers during the first day and second day of the workshop, they are really insightful and they are really worthy, relevant, and appreciable. And the story of Maya Upadhyay ma'am during the first day of the training, that was really inspiring. And I learned several techniques while making a presentation or while preparing a presentation slides. While making a public speaking, I learned lots of tips. And the today's session about the 9 secrets of public speaking, that was also really relevant. And
awesome. Thank you, Dahalji. Thank you, Dahalji. Sorry to stop you, but I'm glad that you found our workshop and webinar very helpful. Now I would like to ask Mr. Bilas Upadhyay, our avid public speaker and a best speaker winner in his local public speaking club and the president of ONCON, to provide a cumulative feedback to our speakers so that they can take something back with them.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. First of all, I would like to congratulate all those who had courage to come to front and give a speech. First step of any public speaking is coming forefront and giving a speech. So let me give you 4 or 5 points I wanted to address it today. Instead of addressing each individual, let me give you what a good speech looks like. Number one, you should avoid is something called filler word, like so, because those it becomes very annoying when you give a speech. When these people start hearing, they instead of listening to your content, they start getting distracted by those words. So I heard some of the ums, please try to avoid those as much as possible. They are not good for smooth for your presentation. And number two, vocal variety. This is one of the things makes your story even better. Like, you know, when you were talking about what would happen if I forget, right? If you say, when you say that for that time, you should say, what would happen if I forget? You know, those are your fear. You should reflect on your speech too. That's how your audience is binded towards you. Their focus will be towards you when you have a vocal variety. When something good, then you start talking pleasant language. If it's something scary, you make a scary sound. Those are the very tips you can use it for vocal variety. Number three, while this is a Zoom, you cannot do the body movement. Still try to do something. And but if you once this COVID would be over, everybody will be going back to giving speech in a public arena. You need to have some kind of body movement. How you're gonna move yourself. That's also important. And number four is pause while you're giving a speech. When you know, you don't have to finish everything. Like when you're hearing a story, right? You want it to, when this time comes, there's a full stop, comma is for a reason. That's why you need to pause. So when you're giving a speech, pause and find the pause, the right pause time. That makes your story even attractive. You already know your content. This is just a dressing up, makes you even look better. And another one I wanted to say, not personally to anybody, is talk and give a speech on the topic you were chosen. We can talk several things, just like we heard it today. I know that I wanted to hear that, for a long, I can hear that for hours now because he was a very good speaker, but that's not what we are talking today. You have to meet your audience need and demand. So it doesn't matter how good your speech you give. If it's the wrong crowd, it doesn't make any difference. And also facial expression, bring a glow in your face. It's not easy to do it, but once you get a confidence, it's automatically comes in. So you will be able to do it. So if you go through all these points, I think I mentioned everything. In our Toastmaster, we call it the PI system. We praise, inform you, and encourage you. So what I said today was very encouraging for myself, and I'm very glad to see our young in Nepal are doing such a tremendous job. Please keep practicing. You'll be very good speaker in the future. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Shah.
Thank you, Mr. Upadhyay, for constructive feedback to our speakers, and I'm sure all attendees will be able to benefit from your feedback. Now we are getting at the tail end of this 3-day public speaking workshop and seminar. Wow, 3 days is gone. Now I would like to request Dr. Sarada Thapaliya, Vice Chancellor at Agriculture and Forestry University, to provide closing remarks. Dr. Thapaliya.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have come to end of our program. Actually, this program was started with theory, as Saha has already told. Then we have gone to lab and then practical. It is really very encouraging, and I enjoyed the participant who expressed their feelings about the seminar today. I really enjoyed their experience, how they express, like Arati, Kshitiz, Niharika, Amit, Srishti, Upama, and Prashant. It's very, very encouraging that you have learned, and I think our objective of this seminar is fulfilled. The 1,000 steps also starts from one. So all the participants who have expressed their feeling and their learning, and this virtual teaching might have become more than the real. And I hope the organizer will come in intact for other program also to bring for the benefit of our students, and if possible for the farmers also, and for the scientific community. I think the objective might have been fulfilled, and we will this collaborative, our organizations will be aided more, and the journey will be for long to achieve. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity also to be present here, but I could not attend the yesterday's program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Tapalia, for such encouraging words, and thank you for your support. Without your support, it would not been this easier. Thank you. Now I would like to call Dr. Meghnad Farajli, President of NAPA, for providing the quick closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. First of all, I'd like to recognize all the distinguished attendees, speakers, and most importantly, the students. I think the last 3 days, all the effort on took or laid is not for us, the speakers, it's for the students. We need to recognize that, and I hope students have recognized that. This program was meant to enrich some public speaking skills in students. So my closing remarks will be kind of jumbled up, few points I wanted to bring up. First, I'll start with my own very short story. When I gave my presentation, say 30 years ago, as a graduate student, when my professor asked me to give the first seminar, and when I see the students today, 8 to 10 students from AFU, as undergraduate, and when I gave my presentation as master's student, there is just a phenomenal change in today's students. So you are lucky. You have lots of opportunities to practice and be the best. I'll give you example that today's students will have no earthly idea what, when I talk about carousel, slides on the carousel, you will say, what? So that's how our professional career advanced. So more than once I have, and many of us in the audience have put slides upside down, right? So, and now fast forward, we can have just a cell phone and give all the presentation off of this. So this is the opportunity that today's students must harness and make sure you practice and practice more. So that's the message. And also, invariably in almost all the student presentations today, they came across with the terminology fear. They didn't explicitly say fear in some cases, but I would hear that the fear is the issue for them to become a good public speaker. But there is a solution. You need to understand that when you give a presentation, whether it's a research seminar or whatever topic you are assigned to, and you are in front of the audience, you need to understand that you are the only one who knows the best about that material you are going to talk about for that audience. Nobody else knows as much as you do, because you have practiced, you have made slides, you have done homework, you have that information that a lot of people don't know. You can sometimes kind of get away with some kind of made up things. I mean, I don't encourage you to do that, but my point here is you need to think that you are the one who knows the most about the topic you are going to deliver. So that should take some fear away from you, because nobody else can challenge you, because you are supposed to be standing there as an expert or as a person with the utmost knowledge on that topic. Okay? And the confidence it builds. 30 years later, I have given I don't know how many thousands of speeches, but still when I walk to the stage and go to the podium, what I do first try to kind of maneuver the mic and kind of say, hey, good morning, how are you? What is that? That's releasing that tension. All right. So there are different ways that you can kind of gain the confidence and control the audience and be the in charge of that stage. So we have spoken, especially the OnCon folks, I have spoken at length about this, and I don't mean to preach the choir here, but I like to draw the attention of all the students, participants to yesterday's presentation by Dr. Gimire. That was the phenomenal model presentation. And purposefully, I had requested him to introduce some minor errors to distract. So you need to learn from that. So you need to make sure that your presentation, especially if you are preparing slides, it has to be nearly error-free and very consistent, and it has to be very appealing. And the slide itself should tell the story. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be spending too much time on the slides. It should be more revealing of the information to the audience. Okay. And also for OnCon, my request is, I hope this is the first of many future workshops such as this one, because not only as a professor of university, but also the leader of the unique agricultural professional society, I cannot overemphasize the value of this type of conference. So I urge and I offer my sincere, my promise to you to facilitate or be part of such things. I think our students will get a lot of mileage off of such workshops. So, and again, kudos and congratulations on folks. Yes, NAPA is part of it, but you guys did. I'm just kind of speaking. So you just use our logo there just to advertise us. No, really, this is your program. You did marvelous job. So I congratulate you. And just so that, while kind of closing my thoughts, this is an incredible journey that the professional public speaking arena that we all have been in various disciplines. In the last 3 days, probably all of us, especially students, have recognized that whether it's the science speaking, or you are speaking to the bankers, or the Forest Club, or the Lions Club, it doesn't matter. It's the same principle. It's the same starting. You have to start good, encourage the audience and motivate the audience, and make sure that the audience are captive, and they need to be expecting, okay, what is this guy gonna say next? They need to be kind of looking forward to the next slide rather than going to the slide and start kind of texting or doing Facebook. So I think with that, and again, I cannot emphasize the quality of students AFU has today than when I was faculty there 30 plus years ago. I mean, this is phenomenal students, and I hope we continue to give these kinds of opportunities for these students only to go further professionally. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Parazili. We are definitely proud of the partnership with NAPA to conduct this seminar and workshop. So it's not just we are using our logo, but we are using your expertise to talk with the students who can relate to you. So we are very grateful to have you in this platform. Now, I would like to ask Dr. Kadaria, Director of Center for Biotechnology at AFU, to provide the closing remarks. Would you please, Dr. Kadaria? Let me see. Oh. Dr. Kadaria, you still there?
Sorry.
You're good. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Devendra. A very good morning to all from Nepal. It's me a great pleasure to deliver my closing remarks on this wonderful event. I believe this event has provided a very good platform to many students, and I hope you have learned a lot and enjoyed a lot in these 3 days public speaking virtual seminar. Before thanking you all, I must share one thing, one incident, how we became able to plan this program. Mr. Botuk is my best friend. Not only best friend, he is my relative. And since long time, we are a very good friend from our childhood. And no matter where we live and how old we are, we share each other, and we criticize, we appreciate each other. Sometimes we talk very long time. And one day, when I posted my 10 years daughter's picture in Facebook, at the end, at the picture, she's holding a gold medal. And the picture that when she's holding, she had received that medal from after winning our school activity, school extracurricular activity. Immediately after posting that picture, Mr. Botuk called me and told me, "Oh, sorry, your daughter is very dynamic and has a potential to be a successful person." And he told me, I want to groom her on public speaking from very beginning. And he told, who teach her? I asked him, who teach her? And then he said, I'm a Toastmaster. I will groom her. I will teach her about public speaking. And then I asked him, what is Toastmaster? Even at that time, I didn't know what is Toastmaster. He laughed very loudly. And then quickly, I Googled, and then I found this Toastmaster is about public speaking. It's very interesting. And when I knew about this Toastmaster public speaking, and then, I asked Botuk, this skill, this public speaking skill, I have urgent need to know. I always hesitate to go stage. I always hesitate to speak an audience. I always hesitate to give seminar. And not only me, my students, even master's PhD students, they always hesitate to give seminar and to speaking with the audience. And then I asked him, why not to start this public speaking from Agrata's father and master's PhD level, high level audience, high level participants. And we talked many times, and then we agreed and we decided and we planned such this program. It's very interesting. And then now we are here. Finally, last 3 days we are here. Finally, we are near here. Fortunately, we are at the end of the session. And I hope one day Botuk will justice to Agrata, to my daughter, because he was thinking to groom her, but we have planned on this way. So that's the incident. So we all the participants, even from junior students to university professor, government high-level officials who have benefited from this program. Thank you. And this is very interesting. This I have never thought. It's beyond our imagination. It's a really grand success. So in this time, I would like to thank to keynote speaker, distinguished guest, outstanding organizer, and valued participant to make this event a grand success. And last, I would like to thank young minds. You have to go, this is just for ignition, this program has just ignited to you, to young minds. So you have long way to go. You have to go in deeper and deeper to learn and to be a well-renowned public speaker. So I hope you will do in coming days. And so at the last, I would like to thank Uncon team, NAPA, and my university, higher authority, even Vice Chancellor. She is actively participating on this program and then encourage us, inspire us to make, to organize such type of program. Thank you very much. र अन्तमा सबै नेपालीहरू हुनुहुन्छ, म एउटा कुरा भन्न चाहन्छु, पढाइमा डिस्टिंक्सन ल्याउँदैमा ठुलो डिग्री टेक्निकल विषयमा ठुलो मास्टर्स पीएचडी डिग्री हासिल गर्दैमा जीवन सफल हुँदैन। जीवन सफल हुनको लागि विशेष लाइफ स्किलको जरुरत पर्छ। डिग्री हासिल गर्नेहरू धेरै विद्वानहरूको जीवन असफल भएको छ। उनीहरूको परिवार, उनीहरूको चाहिँ काम गरेको संस्थामा उनीहरूको सम्बन्धहरूमा दरार आइरहेको छ। त्यो हुनाले पढाइमा सफल हुने एकातिर छ, तर जीवनमा सफल हुनको लागि, आफ्नो पेशामा सफल हुनको लागि डिफ्रेन्ट लाइफ स्किल हरू लिन जरुरी छ। जस्तो लाइफ स्किलमा आर्ट अफ लिभिङ, पब्लिक स्पिकिङ, आर्ट अफ लिसनिङ, अप्रिसिएटिभ इन्क्वायरी जस्ता ट्रेनिङहरू भयो भने हामी हाम्रो जीवनलाई, आफ्नो पेशालाई एकदम राम्रोसँग अगाडि बढाउन सक्छौं। सबैले यो कार्यक्रममा सहभागी हुनुभयो, धन्यवाद। तपाईलाई तपाईको स्किलले दुनिया चकित होस्। तपाईको स्किलले तपाई यो ट्रेनिङ इग्नाइट गरेपछि तपाई एकदमै राम्रो, म चाहिँ पब्लिक स्पिकर भए भनेर 2, 4, 5, 10 वर्षपछि तपाईहरु यो कार्यक्रमको प्रभावलाई हामीलाई एउटा आफ्नो सफल भएको सुनाउनुहोस्। हामी त्यो हेर्न आतुर छौं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Dr. Kataria, for such a wonderful closing remark. And definitely, public speaking is a life skill. Now, I would like to request Mr. Bilas Upadhyay, President of UNCAN, to provide his closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Saab. Again, I would like to thank AFU and NAPA and the distinguished professors, all the attendees and panelists for making this program successful. And I'm very much interested to continuing this process, and hopefully we'll join again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bilas Upadhyay. Now I would like to ask one more person without whom this program would not be possible, Mr. Batuk Bista, just to provide a brief closing remark.
Thank you, Devendraji, and I would like to thank all participants, panelists, distinguished guests. And as Dr. Kataria said, this event was founded out of nowhere. I just wanted to help someone, but we ended up helping hundreds of students. This is quite an achievement, and I want you to keep practicing this. And we'll meet again in different forums. Ask us what you need, and we'll try to get something for you. This is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Batuk Bista. And I would like to thank all the speakers, panelists, and especially attendees for being awesome audiences. You guys have been awesome. When we designed this workshop and seminar for you, we saw the thirst and hunger to learn about the public speaking. And with this workshop, we merely provided you with this glass of water to quench your thirst. We provided some fundamental tools and tips for the public speaking, why it is important even for the science students, researchers, and experts like you. It is now up to you to recognize the importance of the glass of water we served you to quench your thirst and provide and find more sources of water. What I mean by that is, you know, like everyone said, you need to find ways to practice public speaking every week, whether that be speaking in front of a mirror, speaking in front of your friends and family, or just record and watch your own speech, or find a local public speaking club. If there is not one, form one, even if you have just 2 people, and practice and practice and practice. Like I said before, public speaking is not a destination, it is a journey. There is always a room to improve. And thank you all again for making this program engaging, fruitful, and successful. You all have a wonderful day, and I would like to officially adjourn this seminar. Thank you. Thank you, Hariji, for joining us. It's a pleasure to have
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, thank you very much.
एकदमै रमाइलो भयो है प्रोग्राम चाहिँ एकदमै फ्रुटफुल भयो सबै पार्टिसिपेन्टहरु 216 जना अहिले पनि हामीलाई सुनिराख्नु भएको छ चाहिँ इभन चाहिँ प्रोग्राम पछि पनि के हिजो पनि त्यस्तो हामीलाई पनि छोडेर जान मन नहुने उहाँहरूलाई पनि हामीलाई छोडेर जान मन नहुने अब के गर्ने हो मायाप्रति डरै बस्यो
It was incredible program. I think we probably served a large contingent of students in 3 days that they would probably not get this kind of knowledge in one class. So this was just, I think some of the upsides of this corona, we have found a way to utilize this otherwise a sad situation. So this is wonderful. So our students must be very proud of what we have able to offer to them. Thank you.